Good morning to you guys. It's Friday the 6th of January, and today's video I want to talk about when buying a car, how to obviously take the minimum loss, like such as things as depreciation or just minimizing the loss when you buy a car, because in general most times you buy a car well, if you buy it for use, not as a flip, as a trader or something like that, use it for a year or two, normally you lose obviously some money when it comes to sell it. You know, the difference you paid when you bought it and when you sell it. Now in some cases of course you have you do a good deal and you break even or even make money, but with most basic cars you normally lose about money over time and use. So first of all, if you want to buy a specific car, always know what you want to buy, because some people, they just go to a car dealer, tell them I'm looking for this car, source me one, find me one, and happy days. But what you don't realize is if that's the way you go to a dealer, that's the way they rip you off, because they know you're a person who hasn't got too much of a clue what's going on. So first of all, what I would do in my case, I mean, if I would buy a car, I would be on Auto Trade a couple of weeks before just to check out the specs, the prices they go for, how much they're worth with this mileage, with this year, with this age. You know, just entirely know the market of the car, so you know exactly the specs of the car, what's a good spec, what's called the extra, you know, and price wise of course you need to know what's called a good deal, what's called a regular, you know, average price, what's called expensive price, because these things obviously will affect you as well when it comes to sell your car. If you're gonna pay expensive price, I'm just gonna drink my coffee. If you're gonna pay like £1,000 more than the car's really worth, like on the market, that means when you come to sell it, that's at least another £1,000 on top of losing. So that's first of all something you should do before you even go to a dealer and talk about a car. And of course, once you find that, you know, once you know what you want, you go to a dealer. If you don't look for it yourself, obviously there's always room to knock them down, so you get the best deal, so you know you're getting a good deal for the car. But this part is not really what I wanted to talk about. The main thing I want to talk about in this video is depreciation. Most people don't realize, but when they buy, a lot of people don't even know this. They go to shops, they buy a brand new car, they don't even know how much they lose the second they buy a brand new car. When I mean the second they buy a brand new car, I mean of course it depends what car and all of that stuff, but in general we're talking about regular day-to-day cars, or even a, you know, a bit of a performance car like a M3 or M4. The point what I'm trying to say is, if you go now buy a brand new car, keep it for a year and a half, you're going to lose a nice few £1,000, you know, whatever country you're in, but you're going to lose a nice chunk of money on that. So obviously the key is to buy it cleverly. I mean, if there's some people, I know I've got friends who tell me they know they're going to lose this money, but they want to have this feeling of getting a brand new car. So of course in general the first 3 years is the worst times of depreciation on a new car, but when I say buying a car cleverly, that's like putting in as much thought as buying a property. Of course not in the investment side, because in most cases a car is not an investment, it's just an expense, but the thought that goes in of buying it, if you put in the thought cleverly, I'm mostly sure if you put it in correctly, you can normally minimize the most you know, as much loss as possible, and sometimes even break even. For example, my other car, the 335, the BMW, I can sell it today. Well, I've owned it now just over 2 years, 2 years and 2 months or something around there, and I can probably sell it today and almost break even. Well, yes, I will get slightly less than I paid for, but I've put on 15,000 miles and over 2 years of ownership. So that's like, I couldn't ask for better, because most people would lose money on a car like that after this amount of time and mileage. So it's all how you do it. Of course, the most important thing is to get the car in the first place for a decent deal, you know, a good price. So that's already another plus. So when it comes to sell it, obviously, also you need to point the thoughts. So for example, you need to go online on that kind. Let's say you're looking for an M3 V8, the E92 M3s, just an example. So you need to go on Auto Trader for an example, and for a couple of weeks just check the market, how the market is on this car, the demand, the prices, how the market is holding, how much they lose every year. So you check a 2016 model, no, sorry, we're talking about the V8. So you check, for example, a 2012 model, 2013 model, and a 2010 model. All with similar mileage and specs. So you see, just for the age, how much of the depreciation, you know, is between them. So you need to play around, basically doing all those kind of things. But that's going to give you more of a rough idea how much they depreciate from year to year, so you can work it out. That's very important things to do. So basically my point I'm trying to give you guys, point of thought, check it properly, go into it properly. Don't go one day to the next dealer and buy a car all excited, because that's the way you lose money. And of course, if you're doing a finance, the same with a finance, because a lot of people, in fact most people, don't even know what finance deal they're getting. They just get the monthly figure in their head. They'll say, okay, I can afford this monthly figure, but they don't even know the terms, how much interest, if they have a good interest rate, if they got a balloon payment, what's the last payment. All those things people don't know, because they just get excited and they think the monthly payment is alright, but they don't realize they get screwed over when it comes to sell the car. When they want to sell the car, that's when it's going to affect them, because obviously some people, in their cases, they have to take out money from their pocket to add on top just to sell the car to pay off the finance, which is crazy. I mean, I would get pissed off in such a situation, but that's something else you need to check. So these are the key stuff you do before buying a car, so you can minimize, or even rarely you can make money, but the point is here to minimize as much loss as possible. Yeah, so that's more or less my explanation for this kind of stuff. And of course, this is something I spoke about already. If you live in the UK, you can check out, I'll put a link in the description of this video. It's called matched betting. It's something you can do extra in the side and make extra money in the side. So if you got, for example, a job day to day and you want to make another couple of hundred a month, or even more, you can make 1,000 a month, you can make more than that. It depends how much work you put into it and time, but it's not a crazy hard thing to do. It's quite simple once you understand the basics of it. Basically, you can make nice money every month in the side, so you can even pay off your car with it. So in other words, you can get a car for free now, or you can upgrade your car, or you can just make money to pay off holidays or save, or whatever you want to do with your money. But for an example, even you're driving now a car and you want to buy a new car, but it's obviously going to cost you more, you can do this match betting, and that can pay off your car if you're consistent on it. But anyways, make sure you check it out if you're interested. And of course, it's straightforward stuff, no bullshit. Like, you go nowadays on Facebook and all these places, you see all these fake scam adverts, pictures of 10 Ferraris and Rolls Royces and a guy talking about business. So there's 5 tips to make you a millionaire, you know, like these American, some of them, I mean, I don't know why, most of them are American people, but I don't even know why they're even legal to be on Facebook. I don't know how Facebook even keeps their ads. You know, they're proper scammers with all those flashy stuff. Let me tell you something. A rich person doesn't buy off people by showing Rolls Royces and all that stuff. You know, yes, you know, there's nothing wrong showing them, but if you go to a person, there's 3 ways to become a millionaire guaranteed and all that. These things are bullshit. You know, just, I'm sure you guys know that, but I just have to say it. Anyways, guys, so of course, like this video. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I'm gonna finish the video here. And of course, as I said, check the link in the description of this video. It's something very straightforward that I do. It's not dodgy, not, you know, none of these risky stuff. You need to understand it properly, check it out, all the information, check reviews online of it. You know, another good thing to do is always check reviews online, because obviously today you can't trust anyone or you can't trust anything. So that's something I done before I started doing this match betting. You go check the full reviews from all different people, and it's all been genuine, because that's why I checked, and I do it myself now, so I can tell you. But you know, for your own safety, check. So yeah, anyways, until then, I'll see you on the next video. Take care, and of course subscribe to my channel, like this video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. So until next time, cheers and see you. Bye bye. Have a nice weekend, everyone.